Thank you so much for joining us today. We're very excited to walk through our From Worry to Wellness, why financial wellness matters in the workplace. We are recording this session, so if you're unable to be here the full time, we will send out the recording afterwards. Also, you will see the chat feature. If you have any questions, feel free to enter them in the chat. We will look at them throughout the webinar, and then we will answer a Q&A session at the tail end of the presentation today. With that said, here's a quick overview of what we will be covering today. We will be talking about today's workplace needs for financial wellness, why plan sponsors should consider offering a financial wellness benefit in 2025, some considerations about what right type of platform or program might work for your unique workplace, and then a brief introduction to Wellness by Fiducient, which is the solution that we have on the table today. As a quick overview, I am Scott Boulton, Principal and Senior Consultant here at Fiducient Advisors. I am joined by Andrew Lendnal, who's our Director in Financial Wellness. I'll pass it over to him in just a brief moment, but I wanted to provide you a quick overview or introduction to Andrew. Andrew leads all financial wellness initiatives for the firm, including overseeing the educational platform and providing one-on-one financial coaching and delivering group workshops to retirement plan participants. Prior to joining Fiducient, he was an Executive Director, Head of Financial Wellness Corporate Engagement and Global Strategy for Morgan Stanley. Andrew also served as a Senior Vice President, Strategy and Financial Wellness for KeyBank and Senior Vice President, Financial Wellness and Business Development for Morningstar. He earned his undergraduate degrees from Victoria University in Wellington, New Zealand, and his MBA in Finance from Massey University, also in New Zealand. So you'll be pleased by the accent here today. Andrew currently also serves on the Paperwork Strategic Advisory Board, TGS Financial Systems Strategic Advisory Board, Money Mammals Advisory Board, National Financial Educators Council's Massachusetts Advisory Board, and is a board and committee member for the National Capital Region Wounded Run. He volunteers with the Victoria University of Wellington Alumni as Mentors Program and invested through the SIFMA Foundation. In his limited free time, he enjoys family time with his wife, his 3 daughters and 2 dogs, reading and writing, karate, playing guitar, and if time permits, traveling. So again, very happy to have you all here. And with that, I'll pass it over to Andrew.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you, everyone. Hopefully you'll understand my Kiwi accent today, but appreciate the time. So today we're going to really dive into a topic that impacts us all, financial wellness in the workplace. Imagine a workplace where employees are free from the constant stress of financial worries, able to focus entirely on their roles. Sounds ideal, right? But this isn't just a dream, it's a reality, and we can create together. So thank you for joining the call today to learn more about how this is possible. So as I start, in our fast-paced world, financial stress has become an overwhelming burden for many employees. And it's not just about dollars and cents, it's about peace of mind. And if you look in front of you, the slide there, according to the 2024 Wellness Barometer survey by Brightplan, a staggering 91% of employees cite financial concerns as their primary stressor, even more than work, health, and family issues combined. And this isn't just a personal issue, it's also a business issue. Financial stress costs US employers around $183 billion annually. And stressed employees are less focused, more distracted, and ultimately less productive. And it seeps into every corner of your organization, and it affects turnover, and it creates absenteeism and presenteeism. So think about this. Financially stressed employees are, as the slide shows, twice as likely to look for a new job. And replacing that employee can cost between 120 to 200% of their annual salary. That's a significant impact. So if we look at absenteeism, right? That is a critical factor. Financially stressed employees are more likely to take unplanned leave, disrupting productivity. And then let's not forget presenteeism, when employees are physically present but mentally checked out. Financial stress affects employees of all income levels. And what we're seeing also on the slide is 74% of employees wanting help with their personal finances, because employees lack confidence about their finances. And we're finding that 4 out of 5 workers are reporting that they are distracted by stress at work, and they're spending around 14 hours a week worrying about their money, or over 8.2 hours during the work week stressing about their finances.
Andrew, may I ask a quick question? You said over 8 hours during the work week stressing about their finances. I think that's a staggering number, and one that I'm very interested to hear about. I did some math on that. And so if we had someone that's worried, losing productivity 8 hours a week, if they're making $30 an average, an hourly wage, and working 48 weeks a year, maybe having 4 weeks of vacation time, that amounts to about $11,500 per employee of lost productivity. Am I thinking about that correct?
That's right, Scott. And this really underscores the significant impact that financial stress can have on an employer's bottom line. And it highlights the potential return on investment in offering a comprehensive financial wellness program. So I think that's a great segue and a question for everyone on the call today to ponder throughout the presentation is, what are the main stresses that your employees are facing? And the other question to ask yourselves is, how does this impact their productivity and morale? And so with that said, let's now dig a little bit deeper into why discussing financial wellness at work has never been more important. Thank you for transitioning there, Scott. So now when we move to this slide, talking about financial wellness has never been more crucial. And once it was a taboo topic, employers are now more engaged than ever in their employees' financial health. And all of you on the call today, you're in great company. Proactive employers are offering more than just good pay and benefits today. They go that extra mile with robust financial wellness programs. And it's all about encouraging employee success and boosting workplace productivity. So consider the stats that you see in front of you. Here's a recent survey from Aon, showed that 94% of employers are likely to provide financial well-being in areas beyond retirement decisions. And with 58% actually focusing on tech-based solutions to make it more scalable and attractive. And what we're also seeing is financial wellness is a #1 requested employee benefit. And we're hearing that 80% of employees are considering it as an essential part of a benefits package. And I promise one more statistic, I'll stop shortly. And 73% of employees want more financial wellness tools at work. So what we're seeing here by this slide is that these statistics highlight the growing demand for financial wellness programs. We're hearing that employees want support, and they want to be empowered to be able to manage their finances effectively. And we're also hearing that they're seeking resources to make informed decisions about budgeting, saving, investment, retirement, managing debt, to just name a few personal finance matters. But before we move on, I often get asked this one question: well, do these programs really make an impact? And Scott will touch on our program a little later. But what I wanted to do now is just share a few little pieces of data that we've collected alongside our award-winning technology partner. And what we're seeing is, from decreasing employee stress to increasing 401k participation, we're making impact. We've seen a 28% increase in employees paying off credit cards in full each month. We just heard a month or so ago that there's $1.4 trillion in revolving credit card debt in the States. We're also seeing a 35% increase in users on track with their financial goals. And we're also seeing a big one here is 59% increase in employees building emergency savings to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses. So outstanding results there that we're seeing in more recent times.
That's, I think, great news, Andrew. So really, if you look at those stats on the right-hand side, we're really helping reduce some of those lost productivity issues by 30 to upwards of 50%, really saving employers their bottom line productivity.
Exactly. And also with regards to this, we're also seeing reduced turnovers as employees are now able to focus on their job and not so much on their money anymore during the workday. So with that said, what we want to do now is really explore the reasons why offering financial wellness benefits in 2025 is a smart move for many employers. So Scott, if we can move to the next slide, please. So many companies I've talked to say that offering financial wellness benefits is paying off in numerous ways. From employees saving for emergencies, to becoming debt-free, to higher productivity, to better retention. And what we're seeing is that the financial health of employees directly impacts the health of the company. And so the note here is that financial wellness isn't just an employee benefit, it's an employer benefit too. And it brings significant goodwill and cost savings. And so here are 5 key reasons to consider offering financial wellness benefits in 2025. And I've reduced it to 5. There's significantly more benefits. But let's start with one of the main ones, alleviating employee stress. So financial stress is a silent productivity killer. And providing employees with tools and knowledge to manage their finances really reduces stress, and it creates a more relaxed and focused environment. Then that leads to increased productivity and boosting morale. And so financially secure employees are now equipped to focus on their tasks. And if you're giving them effective budgeting and investment tools, etc., that helps regain control over their finances. And that leads to that improved productivity and job performance. And quid pro quo, then you're seeing reduced absenteeism. So financial emergencies lead to unplanned leave. But with financial wellness programs, we're equipping employees to prevent these emergencies, and we're helping them show up to work more consistently. But wait, there's more. This is also an attraction and retainment of talent driver. If you're offering a comprehensive financial wellness program, it makes your organization stand out. It helps you attract top talent by looking for more than just a paycheck. They're seeking support to build a secure financial future. And then if we round this all out, it enhances overall well-being, because financial stress affects overall well-being on the physical side of the equation, on the emotional side, and on the financial well-being side. So financial wellness programs really contribute to that holistic well-being ethos and leading to a happier, healthier workplace. And so financial wellness programs offer cost savings through reduced turnover. So if we look at the bottom half of the slide, these are the more impactful benefits that you're seeing. The reduction in turnover, you're seeing fewer wage garnishments, you're seeing decreased missed days, you're seeing lower healthcare costs, higher participation in voluntary benefits and FSAs and HSAs. So in a nutshell, investing in these programs in 2025 and beyond enhances workers' well-being and creates a more engaged, loyal, and productive team. So the question for yourselves is it the right time for you to add financial wellness to your employee benefits package? And if the answer is yes, what we're going to do now is take a closer look at what you should be looking for to launch an effective program. So Scott, unless you have something else to add, we're ready for the next slide. So years ago, if we go 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years and beyond, financial wellness programs were unheard of. If you ask someone about financial wellness program, you would have been met with confusion and blank stares. If anything, cynicism and a mention of this being too paternalistic for an employer to be involved in. Benefits are no longer just pension plans and free coffee. And today, they're one of the most desired benefits, as I mentioned before. So now that we've ascertained this, how do you actually choose the right program? And what I'm sharing with you now are the best practices coming from the 5 financial wellness programs that I have led over my career. And I want to start by looking at these 5 key elements. So let's start with personalization. So engaging employees through personalized financial education is crucial. However, and for those of you who have met with me already, you'll hear this nonstop. A one-size-fits-all program is simply not possible when it comes to finance. In this, under point 1, I highlight from the survey that at least 80% of employees specified that they want advice tailored to their age range. And this research, again, it's Aon research, has discovered differences in needs between what a Gen Z, or as I say in New Zealand, Gen Z, millennials, Gen X, and baby boomer workers look for. So considering that employees' ages can span 50 or 60 years, financial needs can vary widely. So next, we need to look at performance reporting. So to have a successful program, you need to know what is working and what isn't working. And that's where comprehensive performance analytics comes into play. These show what's working. And what you want to look for in a program is, are the metrics that are being reported back to you, are they highlighting adoption and engagement and the impact that the program is making, as well as the insights, as I showed you on the previous slide. And then from the basic metrics of measuring return login rates and time spent on the site, to insights such as building sufficient emergency funds right up to retirement readiness. Right, so we've knocked off performance reporting. Now let's go to number 3. Let's get personal, including a personal financial behavioral assessment is key. And so to improve an individual's financial well-being, it is important to know where you are starting from. So you want to look at a program that offers a behavioral financial assessment. And if it's got a stress assessment as well, that's even better. And this helps identify goals and it provides a starting point for improvement. And some of the things that I've heard and 2 of the main barriers employees cite as keeping them from improving their financial behavior are, I need help identify my goals. I don't know what my goals are. And secondly, don't know how, where to start, or what to do. Because financial wellness is a vast and wide-ranging topic, and it can be intimidating, and it's personal. So a financial behavior assessment helps employees know where to begin. Right, so the next, number 4, is we need to turn to integration. It may be easy to slap a financial wellness program on the end of your benefits package and say, I call it a day. But a successful program is integrated into your entire company culture. And as a result of that, that will increase participation. And it will also keep progress on track. So by integrating financial wellness with, say, a health-related challenge for better engagement, what we see is a standalone program is easy to ignore, but a program that is integrated with healthcare plan, with other benefits, will lead to better employee engagement. And what I have seen that works is trying to pair your financial wellness initiatives with health-related challenges like step count contests or other physical and emotional aspects, and really providing that total wellness ethos. And that's where financial wellness has come. When I arrived in the States, and by the way, it's going to be my 10-year anniversary that I landed in the States, And when I first started, I was that person that got hit between the eyes by an employer who said that this is too paternalistic what you are talking to me about. And then several years went on and we swung the other way, and the pendulum swung towards we now need to look at financial wellness as this total wellness ethos. And this aspect of integration is key for that. So now, to round everything out, it's important to have an ongoing experience. I appreciate the one-time workshops have been great for many years, but they are less effective at ongoing learning. And we've got studies to show that repeating interactive exercises and tests help increase long-term retention. So look at a program that provides continuous interactive experiences to create lasting behavior changes. And as with integration and personalization, this makes a big difference in the level of engagement with a program. Because as a user learns more or their life situation changes, the wellness program should then adapt and continue to provide new and relevant information in their changing situation. I promise I'm going to stop talking in a second, but before I do, this is what you should have to have a successful program. But wait, as a bonus, I want to also leave you with some thought-provoking questions before you launch or implement an employee wellness program within your organization. A couple of the questions I would always ask yourselves is, will your program be mandatory or voluntary? Great way for high adoption if it's mandatory. Will it be on-site, online only, or online tools and on-site training? And that really depends on whether your population is centralized or decentralized. Who will pay for the program? Corporate, employee, both? I'm going to give you a spoiler alert here. Go with option number one. And who is going to implement the program? Is it going to be by yourself or by a vendor? Encroaching your bandwidth versus having an extension to your HR function, which reduces your involvement. And last but not least, and most importantly, do you have leadership buy-in and support? The success or failure of your financial wellness workplace program is determined by that last question. So I'm still on my soapbox. I'm about to get off, but financially secure employees, again, let's stress this, are less stressed. They're more productive and happier at their jobs. So with that said, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to pass it over to Scott, who's going to provide you with a quick overview of our enhanced financial wellness solution that we're calling Wellness by Fiducient. The floor is yours, Scott.
Great. Thank you so much, Andrew. So as Andrew mentioned, I'll go through a brief overview of what we have as far as Wellness by Fiducient. And as I'm sure you would have anticipated, we do hit on all the key items that Andrew just mentioned. We have a solution that's really for your entire workforce. Many of these solutions out there in the marketplace focus on either newer employees coming into the organization from a digital solution, or they focus on the higher ups, the executives. We span that spectrum of your workforce as well. So Wellness by Fiducient provides general wellness guidance, starting with a wellness portal. So this is a portal that is customized to you, customized to the individuals, your employees that log into it, based off of wellness and stress assessments. And based off of what's important to them, they see relevant content that is based off of what they need. So if someone is stressed about saving and paying for college or paying down debt, their experience is vastly different than someone that is looking into estate planning or saving for a child's college expense. We know that not everyone wants to interact just with a technology solution. We pair that with financial coaching. People can get access to unlimited one-on-one customized financial coaching with a Fiducient expert, available for them at no additional cost to them and no additional cost to you, the employer. And finally, we paired that with education meetings, both in person or virtual. We also, on the right-hand side of this, have our executive sponsored planning solution. So those employees who are closer to the mid or end of their career or higher executives can receive an additional white glove solution sponsored through our wealth office team that gives them customized, tailored help with their more complex, unique needs. So again, a very robust solution that covers the entire spectrum of your employee base, hitting on all these key elements that Andrew highlighted in the previous slide as well. I know we are coming up on time. This is luckily a two-part series. Today, we wanted to tell you the why you should be considering it and why you should be thinking about financial wellness for 2025. We will have another webinar on Thursday, December 12th at 11 a.m. that will get into the weeds and more details on our solutions as well. So look for that invite here shortly to hear more about Wellness by Fiducient and how we can assist you and your employees. And finally, if there's more information on our website, you can go to the insights, get more information about this solution as well as our other insights as well. And as always, thank you so much for the time today. I know we have a few minutes left. I'm going to go to questions here from the chat. Give me one moment. And Andrew, we have the first question for you. The question is a couple different people ask similar questions here. So if I combine these into one, how do we look to find a financial wellness program to cater to the diverse needs of our workforce, which include some focus on a younger workforce in their 20s. Some ask for questions about a more aging, getting closer to retirement workforce, and different financial backgrounds and stages of life. So how do we find a solution that really spans that risk, that spectrum of employees?
Yeah, great question. And really, to tailor a financial wellness program effectively, it starts with conducting a needs assessment, and they could use surveys to understand your different needs. Offer varied content delivery, so provide content in multiple formats, and also cover a broad range of topics. And that's one thing that what we have on our platform. We have different topics based on the different generations and different demographics. You want to ensure accessibility, and you want to evaluate and adapt. So regularly collect feedback and adjust the program to remain relevant and responsive to your employee needs.
Great. Thank you so much, Andrew. I know we're coming up to time. Well, I think questions, time for one more question. What are the most effective strategies for promoting financial wellness programs among employees who might be, hesitant or skeptical about it?
Yeah, great question. So to promote it effectively, you want to utilize multi-channel communication. So whether it be email, intranet posts, staff meetings, and you want to segment and tailor. So you customize your messages for different demographics to address their key specific financial concerns. You want to engage through various interactive workshops or webinars. There's also the ability to incentivize participation, offer small incentives, gift cards, extra time off, whatever it could be, and then highlight success stories, share testimonials from employees who have benefited, and showcase the program's real value and that investment that you've made in your employees.
Great. Thank you so much, Andrew. We want to be respectful of your time. I know we're at the top of the hour here, so thank you all so much for attending here. I know we weren't able to get through all the questions. We will be responding to you if you asked a question directly from this. Again, we do have in a few weeks time period our next installment of Wellness by Fiducient webcast. Please look out for the invite for that. And if you have any questions or need anything in addition to that, please don't hesitate to reach out to Andrew, myself, or your consultant at Fiducient Advisors. We'd love to schedule a separate call with any of you to go into more detail here. So again, on behalf of all of us, thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you all.